This guy is interesting to say the least. Uh, in just the three lives that I've watched this gentleman. How you doing, Barbie? Um, just the few lives that I've watched him, it's interesting because he's a rage baiter. I'd tell you that right now. Um, he has an autistic child that he has no. Yeah, it is a major trigger. He has an autistic child that he does not mind using or doesn't care to use as a manipulation tool to gravitate to women to get their attention, their approval, and monetary gifts sent to him. The thing that I have a problem with, and you're right, Scam. Oh, do you? The problem that I have with this guy is that he likes to scream at his child, an autistic child. Why? Why? What? Excuse me, sir. Why do you feel the need to scream at your child? Please. Why? I mean, look, he's got a Cash App up there. I'd be reporting that Cash App if it was me. He likes to call his child names. Um, Screams at his child when his child is not doing the correct thing. Um, yeah, and belittles the child. You're right. I'm popping myself on the camera every so often, just to be on the safe side. How you
Hey,
doing, ma'am?
good. I started looking into him around the end of July. Somebody brought him to my attention, and I've been on vacation, so it's been hard to kind of get things posted. But I do have a live stream from August 8th posted on my YouTube, and it's horrible. It's extreme trigger warning if you decide to watch it. There's a few people that told me they couldn't watch more than a few minutes, but he belittles and insults the child, and this child is only 4 years old. In this particular live stream, the child is eating dirt, and he's yelling at him to stop, but doesn't actively really try to stop him. He continues to eat dirt. And then there's an incident with feces as well in that episode, and he's screaming and flipping out about what's going on, and he's really, really awful. And this guy, there's also, I believe, there's also a Reddit about him. And somebody sent me some information. I think it's from the Reddit. This guy has a very, very extensive criminal history, like a huge rap sheet. Um,
There's a
in
huge
this,
rap sheet on
in the
him.
Yes, and in the live that I posted, he also was bragging about having like a brand new $60,000 truck and a Cadillac, and the TikTok's paying for it and all of this. He's clearly exploiting this child in this situation to try to get money. He was talking about also starting a wish list so that people could send a bunch of toys and things to the child. Um, it's from what I've seen. It's a really, really awful situation. I am going to continue to post more on my YouTube, so that way people can see the whole entire live streams, because it's a lot. It's a lot, and it is disturbing. Trigger warning. You might not be able to watch much of it. It's very
Yes,
it's
Dawn.
very
He
awful.
does have certain tattoos that I would not agree with showing on any kind of camera. Um, his body is full of tattoos. Now, my understanding is he served time in prison. Is that true, Barbie?
Yes. He served 17 years in prison total. And that was in Florida State Penitentiary. He's originally from Miami. Um, on my actual page, the Come On Barbie, it's the number one, Come On Barbie. There is a entire synopsis of all of his charges, and there is dating back to 2022 of whenever the baby was born, stating all of the information that he has done, is doing, and it dates all the way back to there. He has charges Hold on, I've got my notes right here.
How old is this guy?
He is 49 years old.
49.
He is 49. Yep.
Yep.
His name is Craig Michael Kurzman, Kerzm for man, A and N as in Nancy. His criminal record for Florida is uttering a forged instrument, forgery, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, burglary of an unoccupied structure, attempted burglary, extortion, second burglary related charge, aggravated battery, intended harm. He's beaten people with bats. He's multiple accounts of trafficking stolen property. He's got crimes in Tennessee related to DB. He's got crimes in California. He's got crimes in North Carolina. He's got crimes all over, and he says that he hasn't done any crimes since 2002. Well, the crimes that he's committed, he hasn't committed any felonies since 2002. Correct.
At least not yet.
No, he hasn't committed any felonies, but he's committed misdemeanors. But guess what? If he commits a misdemeanor and then he leaves the state, they're not going to extradite him. So he can do that. That's what he's doing. So he'll just leave the state.
My concern is on his child.
Absolutely.
And to the fact that
CPS has been involved. They were there a few weeks ago. And
who's the woman that's with him?
He's claiming that, well, I mean,
that's his wife, Sarah.
Yeah, but she's not usually there with him when he's live. And if she is, he tries to keep her off of the live stream for some reason. They work different shifts. So, yeah, she works during the day. And then, he works during the day and then she works at night. So he's alone with him during the evenings, like second shift. While she's at work, and that's when he typically goes live. So she's usually not around when he goes live.
Why he goes live at 4 p.m. That makes sense.
Right. And
he's abusive to his wife.
He has a backup account too. I do have that somewhere. I'll have to find it, but he has a backup account too. Yeah, has
she decided to reach out to get help and escape this situation with said child?
No, she's complacent. She is the exact same way. She monitors his TikTok and he'll tell her, I'm going to block you from here if you don't start getting ready for work. He tells her what to do. He tells her how to do it. He's very controlling of her. He also does not feed the little boy. The little boy, he's 4.5 years old. He's still in diapers. He drinks a bottle. He has formula, like baby formula. He eats chips. That's the only kind of solid food he has.
Chips
and he drinks baby formula.
And those like cheese ball things. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So he's not really a parent.
No, he's not.
Okay.
And he has felony animal cruelty charges.
What?
Yes, the animal cruelty charges, they're on my page as well. Those ones are for a puppy who was under X amount, like months old, like 2-3 months old. He bit down on a puppy's ear so hard, on both ears for 20 minutes, as well as, and that was in 2002. And he harmed the puppy so bad that both of its eyes were harmed. And one of the eyes, it lost. And he was in prison for a year for that. Felony charges. Yep. So there's that. They recently had a dog and they had to give it up because the dog was so stressed out and anxiety ridden that it wouldn't eat for 4 days.
And it's really shocking if you look at his videos and look at the comments. There are a lot of people that support him and think that he is a great dad. They go into his live and they're like, "You're such a great dad. You're doing your best. People don't understand what it's like to raise
single
an
mothers,
autistic child, like
single mothers who are have autistic children. Very sad."
I have an autistic child, actually 2 of them. And I just heard, like, you guys were talking about babies and formula and stuff. My son's 3 and he's still formula fed. So it is not uncommon for that to be a part of something. I just wanted to put that out there. Like with autistic children, their sensory could be so bad as to where my son touches Play-Doh and throws up. But yeah, this is really sad. Allforone, this breaks my heart, especially with being an autistic parent, a child, having an autistic child. Again, that goes with like the whole Matthew thing. I'm really glad that we could get that child taken away.
Now, Emily, real quick, you having an autistic child, and I respect the fact that you're a strong individual and a strong parent. Mm-hmm. Correct me if I'm wrong, by yelling and screaming at this child is the most incorrect thing, correct?
Oh, absolutely. They're not going to listen to you. They're going to shut down, and they're going to, the thing is with autistic children, their brains are wired different than our brains. And with the classes and the education that I have taken, I have a 16-year-old who's autistic, and then I have a 3-year-old who's autistic, and very different. They're very different. Just because they're autistic doesn't mean they're the same people. But having a child that you can't talk at them, you have to talk to them. And the one thing is like screaming and yelling at an autistic child is that you're going to get that in return. So they're going to start screaming and yelling at you and thinking that's the right form of communication.
Which makes sense, because I saw a video where he was screaming at his child and the child was screaming back at him tenfold. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, in the same...
Well, you know, the thing is too, is like with a child with autism. So there's people that come to my home. The early intervention that's the biggest thing with children with autism and nonverbal and things like that. The early intervention is only going to help let your child have a successful life. And I have people that come to the home. We go in therapy. Is this child even in therapy or any of those things?
He says that they just moved. So now that they've moved, they need to set up services again or something like that, and school and stuff for him. And one thing he seemed excited about was to get a break from the child. Apparently when he talked to CPS, they offered him some type of respite services where the child could kind of like leave the household for a while and go elsewhere so that he can get a break. And he was wanting that. In one of his comments, and it might be posted on Barbie's page, there was a comment on one of his videos where and I think he said it on a live stream, that he was so like upset and frustrated over having to raise this child that he was actually considering giving this child up for adoption.
What? Oh no.
Yeah.
Have you
People
guys
actually say these things? Yeah. Like,
have you guys seen the video that
he wanted to like get rid of his child. He wanted to get rid of the child because he couldn't handle it.
Have you guys seen the video that Suba has on her page? This is a screenshot of it where he's mimicking and imitating individuals with disabilities.
Yes, he does that motion that, he does that.
And I want to go back to what you were saying.
Suba is one you don't mess around with because she knows a lot about autistic children from experience, and I respect her platform and her page completely and wholeheartedly. When she turned around and did the video spot on this guy doing this, no, that set me over on that.
He says the R word. He does it very frequently, and he says the R word often, and he calls people slow.
Suba is wonderful. She is a great person. And I'll tell you what, anybody that knocks that woman down, you best better come step across my path, because I'll tell you what, she calls it how she sees it. And she sees a lot. We all do. We all do. And the fact that this guy is making a video of that is what is disgusting. And the fact that child needs to be removed from that establishment is what needs to happen. He's using that child for his benefit.
Well, does he get paid? So as a child on the spectrum, you can get paid to be their PCA. Is that why? Oh yeah, go figure. I don't believe in that. I take care of my child because he's my child. I don't need to get paid for it. But to each their own. But I had a feeling. He was one of them. So
He gets paid for it, and today we were watching replays of it. Waffle's lawyer has replays on YouTube. Today we just watched a replay, and we watched him purchase $70 jeans for his son, and then he allowed his son to chew them up. He said he purchases them. I think it was like True Religion or some kind of, I don't know, name brand pants. Anyways, for his 4.5-year-old, and he chewed them up, and he was literally chewing on them in the video. And he said that he purchases name brand new for him because he deserves them and he gets a check. So if he can purchase name brand clothes for him, he's going to do it because he deserves it. So he buys name brand shoes, pants, shirts, jackets, all of that stuff, but they can't keep food in the house.
well, and
I
that's the
did
thing
hear.
is too, is like not feeding like going back to that formula thing. It is true. A lot of children are still formula fed, but there's a difference between I sit down every single day and try to give my son his puree food, and it's a very slow process. You start out outside the cheek with a spoon and you just tap their face back into the inside with a straw. You know what I mean? Like all you guys know all those
You
things.
try. Exactly.
You try.
But he's not
You have
trying.
to be a bit, you have to be present in their life. And that just goes back to that whole Matthew thing of sitting outside while your child is inside autistic. My son, I give him books. He loves books, but he'll rip them to pieces. He chews on everything besides food. Like you have to watch your child. They could choke. He could harm himself very easily. Like it's sad. My heart breaks for these children.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the wifey to wifey.
Hello.
Hello. Can I steal him for 2 seconds and you guys man is live? I can't carry everything in. I am so sorry.
Of course.
I'll be right back,
Okay.
folks.
All right,
Oh,
I'm
he sounds
sorry.
so
Thank
sweet.
you. Bye-bye.
So like
This-
if you guys can hear him in the background, that's his form of communication is like all day long. Huh. Yes. Yes. Yes, one. I probably shouldn't show him on live.
But he doesn't get him any things to chew on that are safe. He gives him a literal DVD case. In one of the videos, he was chewing on a DVD case.
That is sad. Like there's so
and I
many
heard
things
him-
for them to chew on.
I heard him say about the clothing situation. He was saying that his child needed clothes, and they were saying he didn't have a lot of money for it or something, and someone suggested that he go to Goodwill, and he went off on a whole tangent about how he will not buy his child anything from Goodwill. He will only buy name brand stuff. He said, I only wear name brand stuff myself, and so I'm only going to buy him name brand stuff too. I will not buy him anything
buy
at
him
Goodwill.
toys to chew on or things that improve his autism. Oh, okay. That's disgusting. He sounds like a complete idiot. Like it's pathetic.
I mean, his name's Craig. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, come on, ladies. His name's Craig. His name's Craig Michael. Come on.
Oh. And you know the saddest part about it too is he has, like, you know, me and my husband talked about, we have a 16-year-old on the spectrum, as well as we believe our 12-year-old is as well. We believe my husband's carrying the autism. But the hard thing is too is that is like me and my husband talked about maybe getting the PCA thing and doing that way for him to be able to get more care, like having more people come to the house, like OT, speech, food specialists, things like that. But like when people just take it to their advantage and just stay home, sit on live all day, and that shit pisses me off so bad. Like you could use that money and benefit that child. Like you're giving that child no hope for life. Like it makes me so mad. Oh.
At the end of the day, though, it's sad and it's unfortunate, but he's exploiting his child, and this is where Cam's law needs to try to step in, and because this is what he's doing to this child. He's literally belittling. I watched the videos today. I'm in a situation where I'm kind of stuck, so I watched the child eat a towel. I mean, it was sad.
Like swallowing it or just chewing it?
Well, he like chewing it and like pulling it hard. Then there was like a whole, I don't know, like a 60 pack of eggs or so, made 3 dozen eggs. And there was a couple squished on the floor. But where was he? that the kid was allowed to go in the refrigerator and grab the eggs to begin with. There's only one couch. There's like no furniture in a house.
Well, Karma, I've seen a video with the eggs and all that too. And the thing is, he shows like the aftermath, right? Like I've seen where he showed that the eggs were all dumped out onto the couch. I've seen
Right.
where he
And the
showed
little
that
pieces of feces
and
on the dresser. But
yes,
where
and
was
I've
he when this was
and
happening? Why didn't he stop him while it was happening?
well, the thing is, he doesn't have video of the child doing that though. Like, did the child even really do that? Like, I'm wondering
Well,
if some of it
yeah.
was a setup.
Like,
Like, I'm
Well, that's
wondering
it.
if
Did the
he,
child do that? But
right?
instead
I'm
of, why
wondering
don't you
if
put
he
your
took
camera
the.
down and you see that he's digging in his hind end and you know he's going to do something? You
He's
put the camera down and you say, I'm sorry, I took over to man it down for you. The boss is back. I'll leave.
No,
he's
it's
on
I mean,
okay.
I'm wondering
Okay.
if the dad himself took the thing of eggs and dumped them on the couch and then made a video
Mhm.
saying, "Oh, look what
To
he did."
to
You know what
attract
I mean?
attention, which would make sense, so that way then he can get this boost.
Mm-hmm.
I'd report the crap out of this if it was up to me.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing is it why is it not being stopped as it's happening? Why are we just seeing the aftermath?
Because he wants that drama to get drug
But he's
out.
still exploiting a child.
Yes,
And
he
this is
is.
where cam law needs to come into effect.
Yeah, I agree. He's exploiting the child.
For his own selfish gain.
Hmm. Well, my sole concern is on the child's safety, and the well-being of this child. I've said it
But there's
before, and
two children in that house.
well,
And I don't mean to interrupt you, but if you notice when you watch, you'll notice the way that each child is treated different. The child that's not autistic is treated like the golden child. The autistic child is the one that's treated like a piece of trash, and he's not treated very well and belittled and humiliated and everything. Has anybody else seen it? Because
I've
I
only
have.
seen the one
I
child.
haven't seen another child in the household.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
thought
there's another one. I
I
think it
thought
might
that
be around
he
two.
no, they
Yeah,
don't
there's
have
two of them. There's two little boys.
No, there's not two little boys. That's one little boy. Is he offered for his wife to babysit that little boy, and that's a lady that he works with. So he's getting an extra check each month or
Oh,
each
they
week.
look similar. I thought they were related. My bad. But
my thing
I'm gonna
about it
hop off
is
because he's
that
on right
he's
now.
he's coming on social media to rage bait people to get sympathy. Notice I saw in his live, I believe it was today. Hi, Vicky. Was that he doesn't want his mods to block the trolls because he thinks that the trolls are helping him and boosting his ego, boosting his lives, boosting his likes. Okay. Look, dude, Craig, I'm going to say this to you right here. You. If you want to yell at somebody, yell at me. Don't be yelling at your son, your child. Yell at me because I'm the one that's putting you out there for the disgusting behavior as a parent at the age of 49. You should have already learned by now. And my thought process behind it is that it's too much for him to handle and too much for him to understand at the age that he's at right now, and he takes it and uses it against his own child is what I'm seeing.
Well, Allforone too is like if everybody in here can just think about something and put it in real perspective. Imagine if you could not speak. Just
Right.
imagine that. Just think about how absolutely terrible that would be in life if you could not communicate and your only form of communication is either like my son grabbing my hand and bringing me to what he wants, tapping me on the wrist, showing me. He's learning still. He's learning. He just learned how to push the back button on the remote, which is super exciting. But those little small things are great achievements, but
Right.
if you cannot speak and the person that you have to go to be able to try to communicate as to what you want, that is like the most frustrating thing. And like when I start getting like my son, if he doesn't want the show I put on, he'll keep going until he finds the one he wants. I get super
Right.
frustrated and I just got to remind myself, he can't talk to me. He can't say what he wants. So I have to just be patient. And it does take patience a lot of the time. But, you just have to keep reminding yourself that your child can't speak. And then the other thing is about him digging in his pants. Autistic children do that. So
Yep.
you know how you fix that is you buy him onesie pajamas. They have them in every
Well,
size.
remember, Emily, we ran into that with Matthew.
Yep.
God love that child, and I hope to this day that he is doing and excelling so well where he's at.
Me too. Oh, that poor child. I'm so grateful that we got him out of there. Oh,
Yeah.
what a blessing. God is good, y'all. God is good.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
and another thing is that whenever anybody makes any suggestions to him in his live or in comments on his videos, like maybe he could try this or try that, and they tried it. And a lot of these are parents of autistic children that, you know, they're knowledgeable and they've tried different things with their own children and they've worked, and they try to give him constructive criticism and advice.
He
And
rages on them.
he goes off on
Yep.
them. He
Yep.
goes
I saw
off
that. I
and
saw that.
basically says, like, you can't tell me what to do. Your situation isn't like mine. I'm not doing this gentle parenting stuff. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm a good dad. Like, he does not want any type of suggestions, advice, guidance, anything. He doesn't want to hear it from anybody.
Hello, Hope. Yeah, it's a sad situation. I certainly hope that it straightens itself out. The one thing I have seen is that individuals put themselves on social media for the attention, the drama. Yeah, Miss Chris, he wants free handouts, things like that. And they do it, but then they flip the script and blame everybody else. And blames whether it be awareness, whether it be an actual parent that knows what's going on. Good. I'm glad, Vicky. That makes me very, very happy to hear that. But they put the blame on everybody else before they put the blame on themselves and stand back and say, what am I doing wrong with this situation? Why am I going live to get this type of attention from women who are actually not understanding what's going on? And I'm not trying to downtrodden women in that situation, but it's a question that makes me sit back and think, wait a minute, you've got to be smarter than this, folks. Come on. I'm just being honest.
I have a question. So, and I think I've seen his videos a lot. And isn't the child really skinny?
Yes.
Yeah. The thing is too, my child, for instance, and again, all children are different, but my son is extremely chunky because even though he's formula fed, we get the best formula because as we can afford it because of the fact it has the best nutrients that's his only source of food, right? And my son goes through a can of Similac almost a day because that's his only source of food. That child is unbelievably malnourished, so skinny, it's crazy to me. He obviously doesn't eat, and if he does eat, it's just the little bit of formula that he's getting fed.
Right. It is a sad situation, and it's disheartening to see the condition of this child. But that's why I said you go on social media to put your kid out there, and then you turn right around and flip it and start screaming at other people when they give you, constructive criticism, ideas, situations that you can help out, but then you flip it on them and start screaming and yelling at them. How is that solving your situation and solving you in your situation right then and there, or what you should do or what you could do to make it a lot easier?
People are giving you suggestions.
Yeah.
You probably should look at it and go, oh shit, I'm actually not doing the right thing as a parent. Right. I could change this, that, or the other. But it just blows my mind, Allforone, that literally people get on here and they abuse their children. It just is mind blowing.
Well, the exploitation of children on this app has increased tenfold, and it's becoming very disgusting from what I'm seeing. So, but no, thank you everyone for coming up and grabbing a box. We're going to move on to
I'm gonna drop down.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next subject.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to continue to post the streams on my YouTube. Like I said, I've been on vacation, so I'm a little bit behind, but I'm going to continue to post, and I'm going to be posting some TikTok videos as well.
No, you're
Thank you.
absolutely good. Thank you for all coming up into a box and explaining and discussing this topic that's disheartening to us all. I think it certainly needs garnered some more attention, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens. Okay. So, I guess you guys all been watching the Catherine show, right? You know, hold please. This one, lately, here's a moderator of Catherine's. She has a swamp cooler in her car while she's, trying to survive on her own outside, so forth. But you know what's interesting that I've watched from her? She sits there and says that she gets up in the morning. And in fact, it was this live that she made this mention. And it was another live and I have a screenshot of that other live where she made mention that she gets up early and turns around and tries to attempt to make phone calls to shelters. One thing that I've learned about resources and so forth, shelters 9 times out of 10 are not going to tell you the availability of the shelter until later, closer to the evening. You're right, sissy. Now, here's the thing. I could certainly sit here and turn around and tell you and feed you a line of bullshit and say, I called, and you're going to believe it. That's the problem. Don't believe whatever narcissist will say, because they're going to tell you what you want to hear or what they want you to hear. They're not going to tell you what you need to hear. Just because she says that she has a so-called long list of shelters that she's called, hi dolls, how you doing, dear? That she says that she has called, don't believe it. Unless she's literally live on the phone going, hey, do you have any available? Yeah. Available space. Hi, Ashley G. Welcome in, everybody. All I ask is that you just tap the screen. Gifts are not warranted in this live. You keep your money for you and your family, please. But, I've caught her in a couple of lies. Now, that being said, let's get into some of the nitty gritty stuff that I did some research just for her. Just for her. Oh, gee, Delaware doesn't have any place to help. State government office, hold on, social services organization. Let me get myself out of the camera's view. That way you can read it for yourself. Social services organizations that will set you up for resources, and it's almost like a community action center. Hold on. Hold on. There you go. There's another one. One time.
I love y'all.
That was a hotel at one time. In fact, I'll show you the actual picture of it prior to the renovations of said facility.
You coming in?
Because I thought it was interesting that it was that before it was that. That's what it was. Hold on. Let me get my mug out of the face. Picture out of here. There we go. There it is. That's what it used to look like before the renovations, and that made it switch over to what it is now. Yeah, it used to be the Sheraton Hotel down in Delaware. Yeah, and they put in a couple. It was a lot. I forget how much they put in. I want to say it was like $86.11 million renovations into the facility, but it worked. So if that worked, maybe some other states could start utilizing that as a template. I don't know. Just a thought. No, no, it doesn't. They do room checks though. Now with everything you get, you are going to have your positive, you are going to have your negative situations in them. Here it is. There it is. This right here is the referrals to get into said facility, the phone number to get into it and get set up. Yes, they do have individual rooms. But you are to turn around and keep them. Now, the rooms don't have microwaves or anything of that nature because they don't want to have individuals just making food and cooking food and things like that. They have an enlarged kitchen for that. But, I mean, it's got to be the step in the right direction, folks. You know, you got to start looking at things. Here's some of the supporters of one of the facilities, Hope Center facilities in the state of Kentucky. I think this is in Lexington. That's the future home in Kentucky of a Hope Center. That place is freaking huge too. That one, I think, is currently still still under construction. But don't quote me on it. I think it may be done. Like I said, at the time that I grabbed these, discussion was that it was still under construction or close to being complete. How you doing, Leslie? Welcome into live. But no, that's where it's got to start. It's got to start somewhere. You know, we got to start stepping up to the plate. Oh yeah, here's another picture of it. So here's another picture of somebody working on their car. Gemini's doing great. She was in for tonight. Here's another picture, a screenshot of individuals working on a car at the facility. They contract out. They work themselves out. I believe they work with tech school. And what they're doing now is this tech school is getting cars and fixing them up. I'm doing great. And they're donating them to this Hope Center for families that need vehicles. What I've started looking into even more is that Wheels for Work website for individuals that need vehicles. Now, you need to have a job, but nonetheless, hey, Catherine, if you would have listened to me and at least given me the opportunity, I could have pointed you in the right direction to get your car fixed. But hey, that's okay. You blocked me. Good reason. Now I just put you out. I don't care anymore. I put you out for the lies that you're spewing out with people. Oh, it's so hot. Yeah, it's so hot. Yeah, I know it's hot. But you know who else isn't? You know who else got a room paid for? I gotta pull his picture up. I'm gonna get it. Here he is, right here. Guys, remember this? Ain't on crack. You guys all remember this individual, right? Likes to feed off of single women and innocent women. Take their money from them. Oh, here it is raining. Here it's raining. And he was all cold and wet and so good. But you know where he was the other night? Courtesy of everybody, the single women dumping their money on him. He was right back in a bed. There he is, all relaxed. Courtesy of people giving him their own hard-earned money. His page name is just look up Ain't on Crack and you'll find it. No search for any jobs. No search for any work. Lives off of the internet and what people give him on the internet. I can't say it. It's too late tonight. Yeah, exactly, Husky Mom. Because he reaches out to all the single women. How you doing, E-Bike? He reaches out to all the women and turns around and takes their money. You know, like I said earlier, this guy posted a video and I put it on my story on my page. Ambi, okay. I put it on my page, and this guy hit the nail on the head. I had told my mod that it was interesting because, you know, you don't see most videos like this, but this guy's put out straight out, flat out, bluntly. You know, you, as watchers and viewers, are literally working your tails off for what you have and what you keep. Yeah, he ain't no landscaper. Does it look like he really landscapes? The only thing that I seen him actually landscape is, oh, wait a minute. I thought I saw that. Yeah, is that. That's the only thing that I saw him landscaping. But the thing is, this guy did this video and it was spot on because he turned around and literally said that you are all working overtime, whether it be 5 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours. How you doing, Christina? Welcome in, everybody. Just tap the screen. But you yourselves are working that overtime only to turn around and give it to them. And I'm like, no, no, no. No, you're good, Moon Dance. No, I'm not giving my overtime to him at all. That overtime goes to me because he didn't work for it. Does it look like he's really working hard, isn't it? But yet here he is laying on the ground, bags and whatever happened, whatnot, and he's just giving that. Oh, I just need your money. I want your money, kind of a sense. And I'm like, dude, you know, get a real job instead of begging other people for their money. I mean, really, I mean, he's really working hard, right? But you folks are, all of you, keep working hard to give them their money. Yeah, well, look, whether he's a catch or not, dude, you got muscles, you got hands that God gave you. Go work, period. Work like all of us did, like I did, you did. Just saying, respectfully. Yes, he's so cold and he's frightened. How you doing, MJ? Welcome into the live. All I ask is tap the screen, like the live. That's it. Your gifts, keep them for yourself, folks. But ain't on crack? No. Now, another one. Oh, yes. I do want to put one up. Can we talk about this one real quick? I got to get this one out of the way. I really want to put this one up. So, Jordy has a GoFundMe. And I know you've all seen it. You've read it, so forth and so on. And she needs help getting moved into her apartment. Look, these are all outdated pictures. Look, she needs your help. Now, Jordan, you got a job. Why in the hell would you need our money? Asking for a friend. She utilizes her animals to get what she wants. And then still uses old screenshots. Look how full the face is, folks. The neck. They use pets because they're a good manipulation tool to turn around and get people to go, oh, look at that doggy. Look at that doggy. Here's the organizer. You dox yourself, you dumbass. So next time somebody sits there and you call them out for doxing, you remember you did this, Jordan. You remember you did this. Rent, food, and monthly bills. Okay, so what happened to your job, Jordan? You know? What happened to your job? Yeah, I know. I know. That's what I'm saying. But yet you say you have a job. Have you saved any money? Obviously you haven't because you've been coming on here big time. Well, Don't you know that school is going to start up soon for her? Right. Right. Okay, Jordan, whatever you say. Oh, did I do something wrong? Did I do something? Did I do something? Did I do something? Did I do something? You're damn fucking right I did. You know why? Because I wouldn't give you a fucking penny of my fucking money, Jordan. You know why? You know who I would give it to? How about that? Eat that shit. I'd rather put all the money that I could possibly imaginably give to that. Not to you, Jordan. Not to you, Catherine. Not to you, Rose. Because you could still walk the fuck around. No, they're not. And you know what? I sure as hell wouldn't. And yes, I would even double down on this one. School supplies for the kids. I wouldn't be giving it to you. I'd be giving it to this. Oh, don't worry. We're going to come up with dog and a pity in a second here. Don't you worry. You know, he says that he's homeless, but he's not. Are you really homeless? You know what? Let's find out.